Buckle up, everyone, because this week's astrological transits are bringing big changes that you don't want to ignore. The planets are setting the stage for a week of transformation. Let's get into it. I'm intuitive astrologer Brandy Kahn, and I love teaching people how to use the energy of the transiting planets to navigate life's challenges and step into their highest potential. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on the latest astrology. So let's get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, tea, or a glass of your favorite wine, and let's talk about what's been going on over the last few weeks to set the stage for this week's transits. So here in the United States, we've had multiple developments in a very short period of time. President Donald Trump has come in and he's making a lot of changes to the face of the American government. Some people are really pleased with what he's doing, okay? And some people are not so pleased. And many of the people who are happy, or I should say many of the people who are not happy, they're calling for drastic action and revolution. And as I've been hearing the word revolution, my mind is always going to go to the themes dealing with Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. So Pluto moved into the sign of Aquarius on November 19th of 2024, and that's where he's going to be for around the next 20 years, okay? So in astrology, Pluto represents transformation. He represents healing, regeneration, power, and purification. And then when we look at the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius is all about society, humanity, the masses, and reform. So when we put these two together, we get a theme of power to the people. And in order to understand that, all you've got to do is look back in history at the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius, which was from 1778 through 1798. So during that period of time, we had the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and the Haitian Revolution. And during those movements, there was a dismantling of social hierarchy. And there were really violent responses to economic disparity. And we can think of Marie Antoinette as an example of this, okay? She lived a very financially extravagant lifestyle with an ostentatious display of wealth. And the starving people in her country were not happy about that. So they imprisoned her, and then they finally executed her, all right? So we are really beginning to see similar themes in today's society, with 1% of people that hold most of the wealth, while ordinary citizens are really, many of them are having a hard time just surviving day to day. So how is this going to end? I'm not sure, but it's something that we are going to be watching. Now, as we move into the transits for this week, I want you to remember that we are still in the energy of Venus in Aries for the next 7 weeks. So Venus moved into the fire sign of Aries on Tuesday, February 4th. And when I feel, and I'm talking about when I intuitively feel into the energy of Venus and Aries, she really feels like Xena, the warrior princess to me. Venus in Aries is very forthcoming about what she wants and what she expects from her friendships and her relationships. And she's not willing to compromise herself for any relationship, okay? And as far as world events are concerned, Venus in Aries can make negotiation and diplomacy a little more difficult during this time. Let's think about the highest expression of Venus in the sign of Aries. It's really the energy of focusing on ourselves, making ourselves better individuals so that we are better in our relationships with other people. And if we're thinking more about world events, Venus in Aries is focused on making our country, our nation stronger so that we can make the entire world a better place for everyone. But the lowest expression of Venus in Aries is usually going to be using that energy to focus only on ourselves, only on me. And I'm not concerned about how I'm affecting or impacting other people. So our first transit for this week will be on Monday, February 10th, with Mercury squaring Uranus. Mercury will be located at 23 degrees of Aquarius, and Uranus will be at 23 degrees of Taurus. So when I feel into the energy of this transit, I literally see a lightning bolt. And I know that this transit can be about receiving sudden insight, sudden breakthroughs around issues that we've been dealing with for a period of time. So this transit is all about thinking about things in a drastically different way, or speaking about things in a different way. So during this transit, you might feel drawn to suddenly speak your truth very courageously. But the shadow side of this transit is that we could potentially use this energy to be disruptive and unpredictable in the way that we are communicating with other people. If you are a parent of a child, and this child has planets or angles around 23 degrees of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, please keep this transit in mind this week, because your child might have some trouble finding their words, or they may have trouble saying things respectfully. And in those difficult moments, teach them how to use the energy of this transit constructively instead of destructively. And then on February 11th, on Tuesday, we will have the sun at 23 degrees of Aquarius, squaring Uranus at 23 degrees of Taurus. Now, this is a very unpredictable energy with these two planets in this tense aspect with each other. And it could show up for us on a personal level or through world events. So again, we're going to be dealing with the themes of Uranus. And Uranus is all about change, surprises, freedom, awakening. And this is not an easy transit, okay? And I know this because I have this aspect in my natal chart. And one of my most difficult life lessons has really been around Sun square Uranus. And that's been learning how to embrace my uniqueness without needing the approval of other people. And so when I feel into this dynamic duo of Sun Uranus, the best way that I can describe the energy is that it's really all about being comfortable in your own skin and leaning into your uniqueness, even when others demand that you conform to their expectations. This transit is about meeting those uncomfortable feelings of being different or being unique, and knowing that you are not here to make other people happy. That's not your job. You are here to stand firm in who you are. So remember that piece of advice throughout the week. Now, on Wednesday, February 12th, this is a big one. We will have a full moon at 24 degrees of the fire sign of Leo. And this is not a full moon to play around with at all, okay? It has a strong element of unpredictability, because this full moon will be squaring the planet, guess what, guys? Uranus again. So remember, everyone, Uranus is the planet of change, shocks, surprises, awakening, and revolution. Best thing that I can tell you, expect the unexpected. There could be sudden change or information that's revealed that really shakes everything up. And this can apply to each one of us on a very personal level, or we could see it manifesting through world events. Leo is the sign of leadership, of leaders. So we could even see developments around world leaders this week. And since this is happening in a fire sign, things might feel like really dramatic. The people who really could be affected by this transit are people who have planets or angles around 24 degrees of the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. So please check your natal chart so that you will know. And parents, check your child's natal chart as well so that you can support them this week during this time if they need it. And finally, last but not least, on Friday, February 14th, which is Valentine's Day here in the US, Mercury will move into the gentle water sign of Pisces. Now, when I feel into the energy of Mercury in the sign of Pisces, in the waters of Pisces, he feels very relaxed and he's dreamy, and he's not worried about facts, figures, or data like Mercury in Aquarius was. This Mercury in Pisces, he likes to visualize an ideal society with love, empathy, compassion as the basis for everything that happens. And this Mercury really wants to connect on an energetic level. So music and art might be things that really inspire him and light a fire in him. Mercury in Pisces is tuned into his feelings and tuned into the feelings of others. But it might be hard or difficult for him to express himself because things are not always clear for Mercury in the sign of Pisces. So he really benefits from turning his attention inward and listening to his intuition and allowing that to guide his decisions. Now, the lower side, or the unbalanced expression of Mercury in Pisces, it can show up as having a need to escape this world into other worlds, which could manifest as excessive screen time through the iPad, computer, or television. It could also manifest through excessive sleeping or overconsumption of substances that really kind of make us feel numb inside. Mercury in Pisces also might be afraid to speak his truth. So it might be very easy for him to distort the truth or to deny reality. So keep this in mind over the next few weeks while Mercury is in the sign of Pisces, and make sure that you are utilizing his energy in a balanced and constructive way. So those are the transits for this week. That's the energy that we're going to be looking ahead to. If you haven't already liked this video and subscribed to my channel, please do so. And in closing, I just want to remind all of you that even though the stars may guide us, we hold the power to shape our destiny. So use the energy for this week in a very conscious and intentional way. And I hope you have a fabulous week. Until next time.